Welcome to a place where hearts unwind, infinite threads that gently bind, love and compassion in every line. Together we rise through space and time.
Welcome back to Infinite Threads. I'm your host, Bob. There's something gentle I want to say to you today, something that doesn't get said enough, especially in a world that pressures us to change loudly and perform our growth like a show. Here it is. You don't have to announce that you've drifted. You don't need to explain your delay. You don't owe anyone a dramatic apology or a 5-step plan. You are allowed to quietly realign, to make a small shift without spectacle, without shame. That shift is powerful, and today we're going to honor that power, because there comes a moment, not always with fireworks and not always with pain, when something inside you quietly says, this isn't quite right anymore. This isn't how I'm meant to be. This isn't what I want to stand for. And instead of spiraling into guilt or denial, you simply take a breath and you pivot. That pivot is what we're here to talk about, the courage to realign. You may have heard the word alignment a lot, spiritually, emotionally, even physically. But here I mean it in the most personal way. When who you are deep down matches how you show up in the world. When your actions match your inner compass. When the love in your heart doesn't get blocked by your fear. When your voice sounds like your truth. And you don't have to move mountains to get there. Sometimes the real courage is in the smallest movements. A pause before you speak, or a gentle, I'm sorry, whispered in a hallway. A hand resting on someone's shoulder instead of pulling away, or a breath, deep and slow, that keeps you from repeating an old pattern. That's what alignment looks like in real life. Not perfection and not control, just consistency with your deepest values. Here's the beautiful thing, guys. You already know what your values are, even if you've lost track of them, even if you've been living slightly out of tune. You know what love feels like. You know what truth feels like, and you know what peace feels like when it settles into your body, even for a moment. And if you've forgotten, if life has dulled the edges of your memory, that's okay too. Because the call to realign doesn't come with a deadline. It comes with grace. It comes in whispers. Whispers like, this isn't the conversation I want to be part of. Or, I don't want to carry this bitterness anymore. I want to be softer here, more open, more kind. And every time you hear that whisper and act on it, even if it's clumsy, even if it's slow, you are stepping back into the person that you've always been. The most tender part of this is that no one may notice. Your shift may not be dramatic. It might not be praised for it. You might not even be understood. But realignment isn't about reward. It's about integrity and inner peace. It's about not having to negotiate with yourself every night before sleep. It's about looking at your own reflection and not flinching, or about standing on love again and feeling the ground return beneath your feet. You don't have to make a scene. You just have to make a choice. Even if it's the choice to begin again quietly. Maybe there's something that you're carrying that isn't yours anymore. A role, a story, a defense, a regret. Maybe it once kept you safe, but now it keeps you small. You don't have to discard it in one sweeping gesture. You can lay it down gently with gratitude and with care. And then you take a small step, a loving one, a true one, and suddenly you're walking your values again. You're not performing love, you're practicing it. Not for approval, but because it feels like home. Today, I'm not asking you to do anything dramatic. I'm asking you to look inward and ask, where have I drifted? Where have I hardened? Where have I stopped listening to the part of me that still knows how to love? And if you hear something in response, you don't need to prove it. Just honor it. Take one small, scared, or sacred step back towards yourself, back toward the you that is gentle, brave, honest, and full of grace. You don't need a script and you don't need to be impressive. You just need to be real again. That's how the thread reconnects. That's how the healing begins, and that's how the love flows again. Guys, this is Infinite Threads. Thank you. Thank you for choosing this path with me. Until next time, may your small steps bring you home to yourself and to the love you never lost. I love you guys very, very much. And you know what I need you to do, right? Go out and pass that on, okay? Later, Gators. Bye-bye.
Every story, every